হ্যালো এভরিবডি, আমি তোমাদের প্রিয় volleybiswas আর আজকে আবার চলে এসেছি একটা নতুন এপিসোড নিয়ে অফ অ্যারাউন্ড দ্য কোর্ট। ওয়েল, আজকে যেই গেস্ট আমাদের সাথে আছে, হি ইজ আ ভেরি স্পেশাল গেস্ট ফর ভেরি স্পেশাল রিজনস। আমাদের টিম কলকাতা থান্ডারবোল্টস এর তিনি ওনার। অফকোর্স হি ইজ অ্যান ওনার, বাট হি ইজ ওয়ে মোর দ্যান দ্যাট because he is very invested in our team, and I haven't seen an owner as interested or invested in his own team ever before, and that's what makes him very special today. We have with us, and we are very privileged to have our owner, our chairman of Kolkata Thunderbolts. Please welcome Mr. Pawan Patodia.
Thank you, volleybiswas, for inviting me to your show. I really wanted to do this, but then you were too busy with other things, so I did not get a chance. I am really very happy, and I'm sure the boys are going to really do well.
Absolutely, no doubts about that. Sir, the first question that I have in mind for you is that you're from Kolkata, I'm from Kolkata, we both know Kolkata, and Kolkata is a sports loving city, and the two sports that they love is cricket and football. How, when, why volleyball? So if you can answer that, I think a lot of people want to know that.
Yes, I totally agree, and I'll love to answer that at the beginning of the interview and talk.
Right.
See, volleyball is basically second most played game in the world. There are 18 countries where there is league for volleyball. The most played game in the world is not cricket, it is football. And after that comes volleyball. In India, people only talk about cricket, and small section talk about football, and nobody talks about any other game. Why alone volleyball? It is all other games. See, volleyball is a game which is third most prominent game in India. It is being played in each and every society, each and every mohallas. And the uniqueness of this game is it needs just one string, one ball, and a small space. If you go in the rural and urban both of our Bengal, especially in Assam, Bengal, and entire southern India, you will see this game is as popular as football in Bengal. So I was always thinking that why this game is not getting recognition. I happen to belong from Assam.
Okay.
I was born and brought up in Kolkata, but I did my primary education from Assam.
Okay.
And during my primary education time, we used to also play volleyball. And thereafter, incidentally, for my business reasons, I used to visit Assam very often.
Okay.
And I've always noticed that these small, boys and girls of 14, 15, they play volleyball. For hours they play and they enjoy volleyball.
Right.
But I never had that opportunity, never had that possibility to bring it at a national level. In 2019, when pro volleyball started, I thought that finally these players will get recognition. But somehow or other, the league did not work out.
Right.
When I came to know about Prime Volleyball, it was almost after 4 months when Prime Volleyball League was formed, all the franchisees were appointed. That was the time I came to know. And I rushed that, no, this is the time I can fulfill my dream of making volleyball a game of every household. So I'll begin with,
In Kolkata or like pan India?
see, in Pan India there are many teams, they are taking care.
Right.
My thirst at the moment is Assam and Bengal. Primarily because I am from Bengal.
And you're
I am doing all my activities in Bengal. So I'll do it in Bengal. And as I said, volleyball is a game of action. If this young crowd, which, 20 years back, in my time, there used to be 5 days matches. Time changed. People started saying, no, this is boring. So they shifted to one day international, 50 overs match. By the time my son came, He said, no, I don't have that much of time to look a match for 50 overs. And somebody at the top they thought of, and they came out with the idea of IPL. Now these generations, which is so much involved into social media, they do not find enough time to see that. And this is the sphere where we fit the best. Our game is 90 minutes.
Right.
It is just the initial year, it looks difficult. But I tell you, volleybiswas, 2 years down the line, you will be interviewing me again. And that day you will say, that dream which all of us at Prime Volleyball League, not only me, all the teams, all the captains, all the players, all the coaches have seen with open eyes.
So which brings me to the next question. So what is that dream, if you can elaborate to the audience?
The dream, the biggest dream is to get the recognition for the players at international level. Why India cannot compete? We always feel that no, we are lagging behind. Now in this league, fortunately, we have 14 foreign players.
Right.
Who have been, yes, 2 each team, and who have been trained almost from beginning on advanced technologies. But on 5th, when you see, I have been seeing their practice matches, I find that my boys are equally good. At some place they are better. Because, you know, they are coming from grassroots. They are coming from the soil. They are associated with the soil. So their contribution to the game is different level. So when this matches comes, these boys will get this confidence that if today they are coming to play with us, tomorrow I may get a chance to play with them in their league. That's my dream. When 5 of my boys from India, may it be from my team, from any team, goes to play for one international league, I will say yes, we have done it.
So we are starting off Prime Volleyball League with 7 teams, and this is the first year of this very league. Where do you see, number one, Kolkata Thunderbolts 3 years down the line, and where do you see this league going forward, say maybe 3 years down the line again?
See, as this reply to this question you have given when we started the interview.
Okay.
I belong to Kolkata, which is a sports living city. One spark goes there.
And it will catch on.
It will catch on. And in very little time, you will see Bachcha Bachcha in Bengal saying, Khel be Bangla, Jeet be Bangla. So, this slogan, which our creative team has made, will itself do wonders. Because, you know, anything which is catchy spreads very fast. So our thirst in this match is to promote volleyball, but to create that spark. We have created this slogan, and once this soft-hearted Bengali people gets an attraction with this game, I do not know about rest of this country, but in Bengal mein to dhamaka ho jayega boss.
Right, sir. So as we are in Hyderabad, we've been here for quite a few days. We've been hearing, even the players are hearing, যে পুরো কলকাতায় নাকি হোর্ডিংস হয়ে গেছে, রেডিওতে অ্যানাউন্সমেন্টস হচ্ছে, and there are a lot of other things that are happening. So if you can tell us about the buzz that Kolkata Thunderbolts is creating back in Kolkata, because we are in Hyderabad and we don't know much about what's happening in Kolkata.
No, to this question, I'll say it very humbly. Every team have taken a task home, you know, that for first few years, we have to promote Prime Volleyball League.
Okay.
There is no, you know, enmity, there is no rivalry between the two teams or two cities.
Right.
Because everybody
I hope that we win. Even though there is no rivalry, we beat them in.
Yes, that feeling everybody wants. But honestly, in the first year of league, I want more eyeballs rather than my win. If I get 30 million more eyeballs, even if I lose, I will be more happy, man, because you know the game will get recognized. If I win, only Kolkata is getting recognized. But if there are more eyeballs created, then the game is recognized. And I think my purpose is not winning. my purpose, as I told you, was to bring glory to this sport. And as far as your second question is concerned, yes, I have done hoardings. Yes, I have done. See, we started with teasers in Bengal, where we wanted people to be curious what is coming. So our creative team, they created a slogan, Banglar ball badle geche. So one day when the Kolkata got up in the morning, from north to south and east to west, they saw all at all places, somewhere on the top of Victoria, this thing, Banglar ball badle geche, somewhere, other Shahid Minar upore ball rakha ache, Banglar ball badle geche. So the whole idea was, to bring people at a platform where they become more curious. And once they know this is about volleyball, because these athletes, if the day their revealers comes, volleybiswas, I tell you, একবার তো সবাই টিভি অন করবে, কারণ এটা मतलब if you see cricketers, if you see, I will not name players, but some of the best cricket players, they don't have even height of 5.5. Some of the best players, because they know the technique. In cricket, it is more of a wrist, but here it's the height which separates them. There are only two games. One is basketball and one is volleyball, where you can be distinguish the players. No, this player must be from basket or volleyball.
That's true. That's very true.
So what I am thinking is, the day the revealers comes, that day Bengal mein shor hoga, and all this media, all this print media, and all this digital media, I'm really thankful to them. They are giving us good coverage, and they have joined their hands with us in promotion of volleyball. So Banglar ball নিশ্চয় বদলি হবে।
একদম স্যার, একদম। Sir, before we go to the last part of our conversation, I want to know from you, like, this is Mr. Patodia. I want to speak to Mr. Patodia. Does he have plans to, say, own more teams in other sports? Because what we have seen in this conversation, that it's not just about owning team, you also have a vision of, promoting the game. So is it in your plan that you will take up one more sport, own one more team, and try to promote another game and completely change it?
Volleybiswas, that question, it is difficult to answer now, because perhaps you have not observed, I'm aging now.
No, sir.
So
I think our players will
I do
disagree.
not know how much of energy
Everybody is
will
going
be
to disagree.
left, because to bring up any game, it's like bringing up a newly born child. So until the child stands and starts walking, till the time, the parents have to take care of it. So I will not like to touch any other game and distract my attention.
From volleyball.
I am now only doing volleyball. 2 year, 3 year, 4th year, when this game gets recognition, inshallah, if I have energy, and if I find any other sports is still lagging behind, we'll think of. But if you ask my wife, she has told me this is your last venture. So you dare not do this. The whole of your life you are doing business. Now at the fair end of a career, you have taken this volleyball. So you are the more crazy, more mad. And that everybody has declared me, I am unreasonable, I am madman.
The CEO of the league had said, but he said it in the right spirit, so that is there. Sir, your parting message, we are just 2 days away from the league to start. Your parting message to the teams, number one, your team, and number two, to the people of Kolkata. What do you want to say to the team and the people of Kolkata?
I want to tell in very, very soft and, with the message from the team owner, the chairman to my team, that they should play their natural game in the field. They should not take the pressure of winning the match, because the winning or losing is not that important. It is if they play their natural games. This year we have got all the best players in India who play volleyballs, who have been recognized as best, are playing for Prime Volleyball League.
Absolutely right.
So every team has a hero. So one mistake.
We have all our players are heroes, sir. All our players.
Of course, all are. My mother never says any of my child is bad. So being a father, being an honor, how can I say my players are not good? Of course, my players are the best. They are the best. And to the people of Calcutta, with folded hand, I have only one request. Please take out 5 minutes, 10 minutes out of your busy schedule and watch volleyball. Watch your own team, your own city team. Watch them in action. And your support can bring glory to our Bengal, to our own Kolkata. So, I request every Calcuttan, every Bengali to please for the time being change their ball so that we can say comfortably, Banglar ball,
Bodle gache. And sir, before we end, it's very important for us to say we are both from the same team and we show the right spirit before we begin our tournament. So we both say together, Khelbe Bangla, Jeetbe Bangla. Okay, sir. On the count of 3, 3, 2, 1.
Khelbe Bangla, Jeetbe Bangla.
Thank you so much, Mr. Patodia.
It was always a pleasure. It was always a pleasure to have talk show with you.
Yes, sir.
And I just want to say one thing.
Right.
Last one thing.
Absolutely.
Few days back, the schedule venue of the tournament was in Kochi.
Right.
Now it is in Hyderabad.
Right.
Within such a short span of time, if the tournament has changed the venue, you can understand how much efforts, how much preparations the teams, the local team, because it is more of them. So each team is doing their best.
Right.
I will not take any credit that I am doing better than others. I think we should all say once, ये जो प्राइम वॉली लीग जीतेगा, उसके बाद हम जीतेंगे. सबसे पहले अपना लक्ष्य एक ही है, प्राइम वॉली लीग को सक्सेसफुल करना है.
Absolutely. I think that's a very right end to our interview. On the right note, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for the words that you have spoken. It was an
Can we do it once again? Khelbe Bangla, Jeetbe Bangla.
Absolutely, sir.
On the
After
count
it
of
is-
3, 3, 2, 1.
Khelbe Bangla, Jeetbe Bangla.